Hello again. Now, experts are meeting in the 9th United Nations Global Forum on Gender Statistics to deliberate on the economy and its impact on gender equality. Now, this year's edition is being hosted by Stats SA and the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Well, to tell us more about this gathering in Johannesburg, I'm joined by Statisticians General Risenga Maluleke. Tatan Maluleke, good afternoon. Welcome to today. I understand the meeting started today. How important is this meeting? Why would you have a meeting on gender statistics?
Firstly, is that the issues of statistics and measurement of gender statistics derive its origins from the Beijing conference that has gathered and discussed matters that relate to gender equality and, of course, to make sure that the world achieves parity on issues of gender. Having said that, there are so many streams of gender that need to be looked at. Matters of health, matters of education, poverty, but all these issues require measurement from the side of statistics. So we ourselves, as statisticians, do gather and meet to discuss how we can refine our methods in terms of the issues of collection of statistics that are related to measuring gender and areas where we can talk specifically about gender matters. And this process, once we are finished here, the interagency meeting was yesterday of experts that actually will take a report to the United Nations. So together with this conference that started today, we are going to put together a report that we will put to the United Nations Statistics Division at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, I think we cannot in today's world underestimate the importance or the power of the tool of getting the right data, gender data and the statistics, and help policymakers make the right decisions about how to address those disparities.
Well, it's critical. One of the things is, obviously, we are the lead agency that is hosting this conference. However, it is the country, South Africa, that is hosting. And indeed, from the side of government and policy formulation, the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Mr. Kenny Morholong, was here this morning to open the conference. And he has set one in a high-level panel discussion to listen to some of the issues that all over the world, matters of gender need to be taken forward through. That is number one. Number two is that our Department of Women, Youth and People with Disabilities is actually represented here, and the Director General will also be here tomorrow to address one of the panels. And as such, that policy space, which we at Stats SA are removed from because of our independence, need to traverse the journey with us.
Yeah, you said it's very important now and again as statisticians to look at your methodology. I'm just wondering, from this particular Johannesburg meeting, are you confident that you'll come out of it having, after 2 days, after Thursday, you'll come out with some enhanced metrics for producing gender statistics?
From time to time when we meet, we do focus on a particular area. This time, the theme is focusing on care work. 76% of the work in the world on care is done by women. They care for children, they care for the elderly, they care for people in nursing homes and the likes, homes for the elderly and the like. And out of that, most of the care work gets attended to without being remunerated. So women carry a broader burden in this regard. But just to be specific from our side as a country, you will remember that in the recent quarterly labor force survey that we released, about 39%, 39.8% to be exact, is the unemployment rate for women, far higher than the national average that is sitting at 32.6%. That is the one part. The second issue is that women, when we use the median estimate in terms of their pay, earn about 74% of what men are earning in South Africa. So when you bring the issue of care work, which is carried largely by women, and refining methods for measuring that, it adds into the rubric of the measurement tools that we are putting as the world to deal with matters of gender, particularly looking at gender parity, which women still carry the heavier brand on that.
It's day one of your forum meeting, of this 9th United Nations Global Forum meeting on gender statistics that is being hosted here in Johannesburg. I understand it's the second time it's being hosted on our continent. What would success look like for you come Thursday when you look back, Tatana Maluleke, at this particular meeting? What are you going to look at to say, we had a very successful forum?
Firstly is that we have experts from all over the world. The second issue is that these experts deal with these matters on a daily basis, from the side of statistical agencies, from government departments all over the world, from NGOs, and from universities and the like. Now, one of the things that we'll be looking at specifically in technical discussions when we say we are done is to understand how to measure care work. Because care work in terms of caring for members of society is very difficult to measure. Should we measure it in terms of the hours women spend on that? Should we measure it in terms of the tasks that they do? And both men and women have different tasks in care work. How do we disaggregate that to make sure that we can report sufficiently? So once we have looked at that, the success will not be in these 3 days. Once the report is taken to the United Nations Statistics Division, which will be convening late February, beginning of March next year, where we as South Africa, together with the interagency expert group on gender statistics, will be reporting. Once we take that report and the United Nations Commission on Statistics approves of that, then that is our success.
Thank you very much, Tatana Maluleke. I'm hoping to touch base with you again after Thursday, just to see what will be the way forward in terms of gender statistics. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. He's, of course, South Africa's Statistician General, and the country is hosting the 9th United Nations Global Forum on Gender Statistics.